To cross Mass Ave from dorm row, and like if it's like almost time for class, it's like you have to like sprint for that because you only have a little bit of time and you really don't want to be late for class, you know? Do you know what I mean, Cathy?
Yes.
Yeah, so like you always see lots of people running down Mass Ave to go like across the Harvard Bridge like those people, and we do that sometimes too, but usually we just go to the Z in this weather.
And now we're gonna go parallel to the infinite so you avoid the traffic jams.
Yeah.
In the infinite.
Yeah, Cathy and I are both course 20, but this is the course 2 lounge, and they always have donuts and everything.
Plus with the big glass doors,
yeah,
you get to see all the donuts. It's tempting you.
We're a little creepy, but that's okay.
Now we are entering Killian.
Yeah. So beautiful. If you look over there, that's the Charles River, and like you can kind of tell that the river is like completely frozen over right now, which is pretty cool. So if we were tourists, we would stand here and look at the dome and take lots of pictures.
There's a while where there was a huge crane in the background, and so I bet all the pictures that the tourists took of the dome had this massive crane in the back.
It's like a timestamp that tells you what time, what year you took a picture of the dome.
When it's nicer out, when it's like springtime and warmer, you'll see like students just lounging around on the grass around here.
Yeah, there's this one time that I really wanted to like lay on the grass and just like lay back and relax, but I was wearing shorts and like a t-shirt, and I think I'm allergic to grass, so I started like freaking out. I'm not sure, but I got really itchy, so I like got up, went back to my room.
This sucks.
This store is like the heaviest store on campus, I swear to God.
Oh. Yeah. And it's locked now.
This hallway down here is where like a lot of music classes are, and I'm a music concentration, so I've had a lot of classes in there. So in some of the afternoons you just hear like lots of piano and like different types of music playing down the hall. It's really nice. Yeah, so they also recently just put this sculpture up. I swear to God, like while we're like about to graduate and like all these new things are popping up. But yeah, it's this like really cool structure, and for the longest time it was like completely covered up and we had no idea what it was.
Yeah. It's funny because when they revealed it, it was like artwork, and we're like, oh, they blocked this off to put an art piece up. But it's
like,
cool.
That's nice.
It's really cool
nice.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're finishing like cutting across. So we like finished our like parallel section to the infinite, and we're like cutting across so we can go to more fun parts of campus. Beautiful campus. Now, I don't actually typically have too many like lectures or classes in this like part of this hallway thing. But there is this lecture hall 6120, and there's some, I guess, yeah, there are definitely some classes in there. I was at this really cool talk in there by this musician named Jacob Collier, who was doing this talk on campus. But that's kind of my experience with that.
Yeah. The one time I was in 6120 was freshman year IAP. I entered the glassblowing lottery, and so during IAP there's the opportunity to take a class that's a beginner glassblowers class. So a ton of people show up, but every time you show up, your name is entered into the lottery, and they only draw about
like 15 people or something.
Yeah, something like that. But every time you show up, your name is added, and your name is never taken out of the lottery until you actually get chosen. So people show up, but I don't know.
The chances
are pretty low. A lot of people show up.
Yeah, so actually at the beginning of freshman year, all of the freshmen, we get this list that's like 101 things to do, or is it 100?
Oh, it's 101.
Yeah, it's like 101 things to do at MIT before you graduate. And it's like really exciting to like check things off. Like it's like, oh, pull an all-nighter for fun, or like ace a test, or something like that. But one of them is like get the glassblowing class, and I'm like, well, I'm like never gonna get that. Like this is pointless. Like I want to check off all of them. Like some of these that are like never attainable.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yeah. Do you still have your list?
I still have my list. I kind of stopped checking things off. This is a really cool. I don't even know what this space is, but the ground. It's like. There's a lot of natural lighting in here, and the ground is really cool. Really pretty colors. We don't have access, sadly. But
yeah, a lot of clubs will do like photo shoots around here because it's like super duper pretty. I think it's associated with the physics department, so yeah, only certain people have access when it's not like a regular school day. We're almost at the infinite! Yay!
yeah, so this is the infinite.
Yeah, so this is the infinite, and like, if it's like actually during class time, it's like a highway, and there are just so many people going like in and out, and like if we were standing here, we would get trampled. Oh, another telltale sign of tourists.
They just stop in the middle.
Yeah, they like stop in the middle of the infinite and just like take pictures of things.
Traffic jam.
And it's like literally like a car stopped on the middle of a highway. Like it's like dangerous for them. But yeah. So that's infinite. I don't know. I don't think it's a quarter mile. It's like maybe like 0.2.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so this stairwell, this actually also gets really congested during like class changes because so many people are like going around. This is like kind of silly. We went to the same high school together, and now we're both at MIT. So say hi. Hi. All right, let's move on. Hi, Sophie. Also, the most MIT thing is like seeing tanks of nitrogen just like everywhere. Like we're just kind of hang out, and like if you look over there, there's like literally a truck full of like nitrogen. Yeah, you know, that's just a very common sight. It's because there's like a lot of labs around here, and keeping things cool.
Coincidentally, always fun. Yeah.
This is a new student lounge, which they put here.
Oh, I know. Is it open?
Yeah, let's go in and check it out. I think
okay,
it might
says
be.
my ID doesn't work. Maybe that applies to like all of them. Oh well.
But it's really cool inside. I worked in there one time.
Yeah. This is also the infamous 26100, which like a lot of the like freshman lectures are in here. Ooh, this is actually open. It's a really big lecture hall. And so like it like makes sense why a lot of the freshman lectures would be here. And yeah, fond memories of what, like 1802, 713. Yeah.
It's actually a lot smaller than I remembered it being.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've been here again.
Yeah. I know sometimes they show movies here. There's a club on campus that will sometimes have free movies for all of MIT community. And so they'll usually host it in this room because it's so big.
Yeah, the club is LSC. And sometimes they give free popcorn too. So
Yeah.
it's cool. But yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, and it's always, I remember like freshman year, like whenever we would come to lecture here, even though there's so many people, you somehow still like figure out where your friends are sitting and you like still end up like, sitting with your friends, you know? But we're coming up on the TEAL classroom. TEAL stands for Technology Enabled Active Learning.
Oh.
And like basically we like all like sit around in tables and like work in groups to learn. And there are like interactive things and all that.
Yeah.
The beginning physics classes like 801 and 802 are usually taught in the TEAL format. So like passing by these classrooms is just like 801, 802, like.
Yeah, this is where I had 801. No. But you can see how it's just organized by tables, and so you have your groups based around a table.
Yeah.
And you work on the whiteboards on the given physics problems.
Oh my god, the piece
And this is where we would go to turn in our piece sets.
Yeah, the piece sets are usually due Tuesdays at 9 p.m. I still remember. I don't know if that's the same.
Always remember the struggle to find a stapler.
Yes.
Because they used to not have staplers or working staplers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like you would like dog ear the corner.
Yeah,
and try to like
fold
make
it
sure all
over
the
one time.
papers stay together. So now we're getting to Stata, which
It's supposed to be the correct pronunciation of that name, but I think most people I know still call it Stata.
yeah, I think there was a sign, or like someone emailed out about the sign that was like, oh, like please pronounce Stata the way data is pronounced, and then someone else posted another piece of paper that had the dictionary definition of data, and it was like it can also be pronounced data. So yeah, that wasn't very good.
This is like the really, really funky building where, depending on what side you're on, the building looks different. Like it has different shapes and different pieces jutting out.
We can go outside.
Yeah, let's go inside.
Oh my god!
We finally have access to something. So there are a lot of large lecture halls on the first floor of Stata. And I think there are definitely also classrooms upstairs, but I've never been to a classroom upstairs.
There are a lot of
Besides this year. I finally have a class upstairs this year.
there are a lot of Course 6 labs like CSAIL and Oh God, I'm not Core 6. I'm so sorry to all my Core 6 friends watching this. But there are like a lot of Core 6, like computer science and electrical engineering labs around here. So a lot of Core 6 people tend to be here a lot for like their year ups and classes, I guess.
Yeah, so even the inside looks really cool if you just look up and around.
I personally don't understand why they have curved walls. I think it's like, you know, a bit of a waste of effort to put curved walls in where you could put flat walls, but that's okay. Yeah, and then like during the actual school day, like this place is packed with people. Like lots of people like waiting for class to start or just like doing work in between their classes.
Or like eating lunch around here. There's a cafe over there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you always like run into people and you're like, oh hey, it's fun.
There are also these giant chalkboards on the sides, and people will advertise for their student events, and other things on these chalkboards. Or sometimes people will just write a nice message on the chalkboards.
It's really nice. It's like very artistic. Like there are definitely people who will like come every day just to create this like beautiful thing.
Happy Monday or something.
But you also see like if you look over there, like people are like working out their P-set problems on a chalkboard because that's also what a chalkboard can be used for.
Oh yeah, like Happy Friday.
Yeah. Except today's not Friday. But that's okay. That's alright. This is where we had 2309 lecture, right? Yes.
Yes.
That was only last semester, so we should know. So 2309 is a bioengineering class called Instrumentation and Measurement.
Yeah, we were in a group together and we built a microscope.
Yeah, we built it. Oh my god, it's open. Yeah, so we built a microscope and we also built a DNA melter that worked.
That worked
Kind of
after
worked. a lot
a
of
lot
debugging.
of tinkering.
Yeah, these classrooms are like much nicer than the other classrooms. Like you just like feel newer and nicer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know too much about hacking culture, but it's definitely a big thing here. If you want to be a part of that culture.
this is the fire hydrant that is a metaphor for MIT life, like
Yeah.
drinking from the fire hose. Is that right? Is that
It's
the right
getting
saying?
an education at MIT is like taking a drink from a fire hose.
Because there's just so much stuff coming out, and you can't take it all in.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
Just gotta like, just try. Yeah, so now we're on the very much like the east side of campus. It's where like a lot of the research buildings and fewer like living spaces are around here. Like that's the Coke building.
There's a lot of labs that work on cancer research in that building. And then that building over there is the bio building. So that's where all the bio labs and the bio department is centered there. And then
Still, they all kind of look the same, you know? Like lots of concrete.
and then that
Like small windows.
really tall building over there is the green building.
Yay!
It's also a well-known building at MIT. And on a really nice day when there's a lot less snow and a lot more sun, you would also see students just spending time on the green grass here. But right now it's covered with a foot of snow.
Yeah, people play frisbee here a lot.
Yeah. And then there's the Stata Amphitheater. We'll eat lunch there. I don't know what else it's
Oh yeah, we had
class there one
yeah,
time.
yeah,
But it was really nice.
yeah, it was cool. It was for 738, which is mechanical cell biology, and we convinced our professor to let us have lecture outside because it was like so sunny. It was like 70 degrees.
Yeah, it was like 70 degrees. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was like the first time in a really long time that I've class outside. Another common theme about MIT's campus are random pieces of abstract art and sculptures, like this beautiful thing here. And like you'll see them like everywhere. And like, you know, we appreciate art here, so glad that they exist. People actually do photo shoots on there a lot. Like they'll like climb to the top of the red bar, like sit there